Set in the Puritan town of Salem, Massachusetts in 1692, The Crucible is a play written by Arthur Miller about the Salem witch trials. A young girl named Abigail Williams becomes jealous of Elizabeth Proctor after having an affair with Elizabeth's husband, John Proctor. Abigail leads a group of girls into court, blaming many townspeople of being witches through acting. These actions start a chain reaction of accusations based off of grudges, suspicion, greed, or envy. There was overwhelming pressure to behave to the expectations of the church, and people had accumulated guilt, so conditions were ripe. By placing the blame for their sins on someone else, they felt purified under God. In order for the Salem witch trials to happen, there were the scapegoats and the people in power. The scapegoats were the lower class, and the people in power were the people of the church, as Salem had the theocracy. After World War II, Americans became concerned about communist corruption within the United States. Joseph McCarthy led the anti-communist movement called McCarthyism. He would accuse people of being communists and use unfair tactics. Supporters of McCarthyism say that it raised awareness throughout America about communism and ensured that many communists were exposed, while critics claimed that McCarthy was only looking for power and far too many innocent people were accused. McCarthy gained so much power that if you were accused by him of being a communist, your career would be over. In 1954, the Army alleged that McCarthy had threatened and pressured Army officials. McCarthy ended up losing his reputation and his campaign, and McCarthyism ceased. The scapegoats were the innocent people in the government and in Hollywood. That's good. The connections between the Crucible and McCarthyism is that both events of history have people in a community claiming that another member is guilty of something evil. The accusers in the events both accused out of fear, greed, or for the benefit of the community, and both are landmarks of history that people should learn from. McCarthyism is an example of a witch hunt. It had similar acts of accusing people and similar motives behind those accusations. McCarthyism is a more contemporary witch hunt because instead of hunting for witches like the people of Salem, McCarthyism was hunting for communists. The accusers use fear to keep them in power. We can learn that fear should not be a tool for people to gain power. Targeting scapegoats and ostracizing them is not the most effective way of benefiting the community. Society should try to understand all sides of a story, and people need to accept that others have differences. Society needs to remember those lessons in order to prevent any more witch hunts in the future.